through convention, through customs, we have created a space for women in the private sphere, that is home. And we have created a space for men, that is the public sphere. Man is for public sphere and women is for the private sphere. Men will, as a child, will play with toys and girls will play with dolls. So that is how our cultural moorings, our socialization at home begins. And that has a big impact on life ahead, both for the male child as well as the female child. But the barriers are breaking. Things are not now today as they were 20 years ago or 50 years ago. That is why we have assembled here to celebrate International Women's Day in a big way, not only through our wishes to each other, but also by exchange of ideas. And that is why we have invited Sonalta ma'am today, who is a big exponent on women's rights. So today, ma'am will deliberate on inspire, invest on, and empower women. So there are three verbs in this. One is inspire. We must inspire women. And then we must invest on women. We must invest our affection. We must invest our money. We must invest our manpower. All government machinery and machinery at our home for the welfare of women. That is how we must invest in women. We must empower women. As Napoleon Bonaparte says, you give me a healthy woman, I will give you a healthy nation. So, if we empower women, we empower the whole nation. So, that is why today's topic is chosen in that manner. We have three verbs, and three verbs means action words. We must implement them in action rather than by speeches. So let us inspire, invest on, and empower women. And we are here to listen to Dr. Sonalta ma'am in this regard. But before that, I request our Senior Regional Director, sir, to kindly bless the participants through his wise words and through his warm welcome. I request Tripathi sir to kindly preside over the session and address the participants. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nanda. Thank you very much for inviting me to give the welcome address. But before that, will it be possible to listen to our Kulgit? Because as a customary practice, we used to play our Kulgit first and then we move ahead. So let us listen to our Kulgit.
Sir, namaskar.
ये जंगल का विश्वविद्यालय था, ये जंगल का विश्वविद्यालय, सरल सुगम शिक्षा का आलय, जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय, जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय। ज्योत जलाए ज्ञान की, स्वाध्याय के अनुसंधान की, राह दिखाए वंचितों को शिक्षा के अधिकार दी। न उम्र का कोई बंधन, न बंदिश पड़ी दीदी, घर घर है बना शिक्षा का देवालय। ये जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय, जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय। जन का मान है सम्मान है पहचान है
जन जन का मान सम्मान पहचान है
राष्ट्र का मान है वरदान है अभिमान है
राष्ट्र का मान वरदान अभिमान है
सर्वसुलभ सर्वोत्तम शिक्षा का निर्माण मुक्त और दूरस्थ शिक्षा का मान ये जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय देश विदेश पटल पर भूषित नवाचार से सज्जित गुणवत्ता से परिपूरित ज्ञान वाणी ज्ञान दर्शन ज्ञान कोश से संचित ज्ञान कोश से संचित सर्वगुण संपन्न शिक्षा का हिमालय शिक्षा का हिमालय ये जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय
Thank you, sir. May I now request our senior leader, Dr. S.K. Tripathi, sir, to kindly address the participants.
Thank you, Dr. Nanda. Thank you very much. And let me first of all welcome all the participants present today in this online platform for this wonderful seminar being organized by our regional center, that is Regional Center Bhubaneswar. And we are indeed extremely grateful that Professor Swarnamay Tripathi, our esteemed resource person for today's seminar, is present, and she'll be talking to us about various facets of the women and the status of women at the moment. We all know that today throughout the world, Women's Day is being observed, and it is a unique opportunity for all of us to listen to the speeches of the great women in the past, because from yesterday onwards, lots of presentations are being made in the social media, in the television, and in the print media, etc. And you all must be, you all must have witnessed all those important, topics and the speeches of various luminaries, those who have done wonderful jobs, especially for the development of women, empowerment of women, and so on and so forth. You see, International Women's Day has great significance for gender equity and women's rights. This day gives a platform to raise awareness about women's rights across sectors, including social, economic, cultural, and political achievements. The United Nations has decided this year's theme as Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. This theme is aimed at tackling economic disempowerment and inspire inclusion. Through this campaign, the importance of diversity and empowerment in all aspects of society is emphasized. Also, the campaign theme underscores the crucial role of inclusion in achieving gender equality. We have seen the contributions made by the women, not only in the national level, but also in the international level. Time was there when the women were considered not equal to the man. But now the entire process of development goes on, with the help and support of both men and women equally. You see, men and women are just like the two wheels of the same cart. If one wheel, gets distorted, then the cart cannot run smoothly or cannot move smoothly. Therefore, if we want to see the development of our country, if we want to see the development of the whole world, we have to think about the development of women, vis-a-vis development of man. So both are the important pillars of the society. So we cannot imagine a stable society without the support and cooperation of women. Therefore, this particular day is being observed to to give respect to the women, to recognize the contribution made by the women for or in various fields, and those who have contributed immensely, because we have seen in the national struggle, in the freedom struggle also, a lot of women have even laid down their lives, and the freedom that we have achieved is because of the contribution of some of the respected women in the past, like Sarojini Naidu, Indira Gandhi, Ani Besant, so many reputed women, Rani Lakshmi Bai, and all those respected women of our country have laid down their lives simply for getting freedom for our country. So we must have to show respect to them. And this particular day is dedicated to all those women who have given tremendous contribution for the development of the society, not only in the country but also in the whole world. You see, Bhubaneswar Regional Center is continuously organizing seminars and workshops like this and engage the learners who are scattered across the whole state of Odisha. And the main objective of organizing these kind of seminars and workshops is to involve everybody, is to listen to the learners, their views, their opinions, because we understand that each and every learner is an important element of this teaching learning process. So the contribution of everybody, all the stakeholders, including learners, is important for the university as a whole, or the university's development. So we respect, or we want the support of all the learners and our academic counselors, our study center staff, and other stakeholders who are directly or indirectly associated with the university. And you see, on various topics, we have been organizing workshops and seminars, and we are inviting eminent scholars from various fields and give a kind of exposure to all our learners, so that the outlook of the learners gets widened, and they also learn from each other's experiences. This is the whole purpose, and therefore today's seminar is being organized. And Bhubaneswar Regional Center is, all of you know, that one of the oldest regional centers in the country, and it has contributed immensely for educational development of the state. This regional center was established in 1986, and since 1986, it has achieved lots of milestones. It has given education and training to thousands of people of our state, and I know quite a good number of learners have established themselves in the society after getting a respectable qualification from this university, and they're placed in very big positions. So this university, this particular regional center has really contributed immensely, for providing education at the doorsteps of the people. Through 53 active learner support centers at the moment, and with the help and support of nearly 30,000 learners enrolled under this regional center, the regional center is transforming itself into a vibrant regional center over the years. And you see, the quality of education which is imparted through the study centers with the support of this regional center is quite commendable, and the support services which are provided by the staff working at the study center is also remarkable. And we recognize the contribution made by all our staff working at the study centers and the staff working at the regional center, who have, who are every now and then trying their level best to help and support the learners. So friends, we're very happy that today you all are here. I see 188 learners are present today, 189 learners are present today to witness this particular event and to, make this particular day memorable, the Women's Day, International Women's Day memorable. So I congratulate all of you. I thank all of you for your participation. And we are here, all the staff members at the regional center are here for you. You can, send us any kind of, query that you have in your mind for its solution. And you can directly approach us for any kind of problem that you face in your study. So with this few remarks, I welcome all of you once again. And, thank you very much for joining today's webinar. And now I hand over the platform to Dr. Vimal Nanda for the next proceeding. Dr. Nanda, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm welcome to our participants in the research person, as well as for throwing light, on the activities of the university and the regional center in the past as well as in the last 1 year. Thank you so much, sir. And now I request my colleague, Dr. P.K. Jaina, Assistant Regional Director, to kindly introduce, give a brief introduction regarding the research person, today's research person, Professor Swarnamay Tripathi. Over to you, Prabhat, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good afternoon to everybody. Esteemed Senior Regional Director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi, sir. Respected Deputy Directors, Dr. S.K. Panigrahi and Dr. V.C. Nandan. Respected coordinators and counselors, respected other dignitaries, my dear colleagues and dear friends. I feel fortunate to introduce the research person, Professor Swarnamay Tripathi. Let me share a few words about her. Professor Swarnamay Tripathi is a former professor in public administration, Utkal University. Currently, she is the adjunct professor, Brahmpur University, Professor Emeritus, Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, deemed to be University, Bhubaneswar, and she is also a visiting professor in IGNOU Bhubaneswar and State Open University, Sambalpur. She is also a gender expert and a part of Gender Expert Committee of OSEPA, Government of Odisha. She has published more than 50 publications in national and international journals. Until date, she has also successfully guided more than 12 PhD students. So as a whole, she is a very nice person and she is very good academician. She is also expert in the field of gender issues. So that is why we have invited her, and we are very much eager to listen to her. So thank you, madam. Thank you very much for accepting our request, and we are very much grateful to you. So once again, I welcome you to this meeting, madam. Namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Jaina. May I now take this opportunity to request today's research person, Professor Swarnamay Tripathi, to kindly deliver our address. Ma'am, please.
Namaskar, sir. How many minutes do I have to talk?
Though whole field is yours, ma'am. You can take
Thank you.
You can take at least 30 minutes you can take.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Happy Women's Day to all men and women present here on the online platform. Esteemed Regional Director Professor Tripathi, and senior directors, Professor Panigrahi, and other faculty members, and members of IGNOU Regional Center, and dear participants. It is indeed a great pleasure and privilege on my part to interact with you all on an issue or on a theme which is dear to my heart. I don't know, long back, I was suggested this topic by my research guide. And when I did my PhD in 1980s, at that point of time, when I started, going to the library, I was in Delhi in the Tinmurti library. And when I started reading the books, I read a lot of books which were not of use to my research work, but I developed interest in reading more and more about the theme, and that has become my passion for for the last so many years. You can, it's nearly 50 years that I am reading these things, and with all interest, because I want to know the problems that are faced by not a illiterate women, but also a literate, or you can say women executive at the higher level of the society. And whenever I get a chance, I try to interact with these people. May it be my maidservant who is helping me in household chores. May it be my cook. May it be the ladies who are sweeping our floor in my apartment. I try to understand the issues, and that is how I have developed some understanding of the issue, and I will just share those thoughts of mine to you. Now, before we deliberate on the theme of this year, International Women's Day, we will discuss about the past, because we need to celebrate the past. We need to plan for the future if at all we want to do any investment on anything. Suppose you are intending to do your investment in the stock market. You make an assessment what had happened in the past and what will be in the future. You make a you try to predict the future, make an assessment of the future, and then you invest your money. So that is what is the word investment means in the globalized world, where we all the time we want to multiply whatever we have invested. So why the world community, the international community, the conscious citizens of the world, if the world is a larger family, or we can say a large state, the global citizens, why did they use this word invest? I'm okay with the word inspire, empower, encourage, everything. But why did they use such a, what do you say, economic term, invest? We will just look into that. Now, let me tell you, long back in 1997, for the first time, the United Nations decided to give a theme every year to the International Women's Day. They decided that this theme will give them a pointer or a direction to work upon. Today, the theme is for 2024. The theme is inspire, invest, and accelerate progress. That means we have reached to a stage where we understand that unless and until we empower the numerical other half of the society. We will not be a progressive state. We will not be a progressive world. That is why the global citizens sitting together at the UN decided this as the theme of 2024 International Women's Day. In 1997, when they decided to choose a theme and assign it for that year, the first theme that they gave, celebrating the past, planning for the future. What is there to celebrate in the past? Should we celebrate the way the word women was coined? Should we celebrate the phenomenon that in the daughters and the mothers are not safe in our homes? Should we celebrate that when there is a communal right, the target is women? Because if you hurt the women of a community, the other party thinks that the community is bleeding or the community is hurt. Because women is the symbol of prestige of a community. That is how we have understood in our mind. So should we celebrate this? Should we celebrate the fact that girls are not safe in the evening after 9 or 10, or even when they are coming back from their company, though we have a globalized world and girls are working in night shifts also in the IT companies? Should we celebrate the fact that today, even in Africa, there is a practice of genital mutilation because that will protect the chastity of women? Should we celebrate the fact that even in a democratic country like United States of America, there is disparity in wages? There is no gender parity in wages for working women? No, we are not going to celebrate all these things. What are we celebrating? Let me tell you first thing that I said. Should we celebrate the way we coined the word women? The Western world, when they tried to find out the origin of a word, that is women, they said that WO means WFI. That means women has no connotation except that women is the wife of a husband. That means if you consider Adam and Eve as our first citizens of the world, the large family, then Eve has no existence. God created Adam and thought that this person needs help, and Eve was created. Why such a powerful, rational human being needs help? It is because the man is not strong enough to lead in this world without a woman. So how can you tell that woman is a secondary human being in this world? Because without her existence, the man does not feel fulfilled. The man does not have happiness. The man has no holistic strength to contribute to the world or to the society or to the mankind at large. So therefore, the way they coined the word, we can reinterpret to gain strength out of this word. So that is how we will be able to celebrate the past, because we have grown wiser over these years. We need to reinterpret things, not in a very conventional way, but in a very, very modern way, because today we are in the age of artificial intelligence. We are in if at all, we predict that at one point of time artificial intelligence, robots are going to ruin this world. It is the mother, women as a mother, who can protect this world, because she is the strength behind the children, and her husband, who will gain strength when they are in dire need of mental help. So that is the thing that we need to celebrate. If at all women are so essential for our living, for our happiness, then we need to plan for the future. This is what is the meaning of invest in women. Investment means that we must multiply our profit. So what is the profit here? The profit is that to enhance the happiness index of our country, to enhance the happiness index of our world. Because you can just take examples of happy families where there is love between father and mother. You will find that the children are more secured. The children are having a very composed personality. And, the children of such a family will never find doing any type of antisocial activities, because all the time they feel that while doing an antisocial activity, the mother is before them. They will never do any type of activity which will be harmful for the society, whether the mother is present or not, whether the mother is living or not alive. Now, that is the umbilical cord relationship between the child and the mother. That is why we are trying to invest on women, because if we make our women self-sufficient, empowered enough, economically independent, then we will have a stronger society. Then tell me, do you again conclude that International Women's Day is only for women? No, my answer would be no. Women's Day is both for men and women. Women's Day is both for boys and girls. Women's Day is both for the young, the man and the women. It is because Women's Day is to ignite your consciousness. If you are a father, don't let your daughter lose her dreams. I went to, I had been a part of a research. I went to a block in Ganjam, and I was very interested to know about it, because Gajapati and Ganjam is considered as child marriage free district. I had the opportunity to interact with the groups, adolescent girls groups. Government has made efforts to formulate adolescent girls groups under this Advaika program, because that is a program which will sensitize the girls. Now, when I interacted with them, I found their pains. One girl came to us, we had gone there, 3 researchers came to us and asked, how can I be a part of our army? Could you please tell me the ways by which I can be a part of our army? That means we asked her, how will you go if your parents do not allow? No. If you just tell me the ways and means, I will find out the ways. You just tell me how to reach there. I will find out my way. This is the development which has happened in our country. I found that Ganjam is a very, very, the people of Ganjam are very, very law abiding, not interested to go for child marriage, but interested to get their daughters married at the age of 18. After the school, the girls pass 10th class. Today we have something around, the data says that we have 68% girls in all schools and colleges and 32% boys. So what is my concern, I will tell you later. Now the girls actually said that when I talk to the parents also, we find that their marriage has been fixed. After 10th class, they did not go to the plus 2 college because the college is little far off, and the parents did not send their daughters to the higher secondary stage. There is dropout at the higher secondary stage, and marriage is already fixed. Okay, so what is the result? Result is that there is no child marriage in Ganjam, but there is higher rate of adolescent pregnancy there. It is because if you are getting your daughter married at the age of 18, then she is becoming a mother before 19. Why? Because a girl of 18 is yet to gather voice, is yet to become assertive, to tell the family that I do not want a child now, to tell the partner in her life that stay away from me, I do not want a child now. So that is the scenario. So we need to, if you are investing on women, we need to identify these gaps in our development. Then only we can invest, and this investment will multiply the outcome of our development. Second thing is I would like to highlight is that why do I say that Women's Day is meant for both boys and girls, both the father and the mother? I have already described you the father's role. The second is that, I read somewhere that the divorce rate in India, which was very, very negligible, is now increasing. Why? Because it is our culture which teaches us that in initial days of marriage, you will have all those unbans, and as you gradually grow up, your relationship matures, and there will be a better relationship between both of you, and you will prove yourself as a better companion, whether the wife or the husband in a family. But why divorce rates are increasing? It is because we just celebrated the struggles of women, we highlighted the struggles of women, and we, like the Western nation, we wanted to liberate women from the shackles of bondage, that is called human bondage, bondage of the patriarchal society. When a girl of only 12 or 13 years, after having puberty, is going to the in-laws place, and there she is having a very, very miserable life because the social norms are like that. She loses her dream, she loses her life, she loses her happiness, and she is not in a condition to develop herself. So, but why? However, we knew that in every house there was domestic violence. Somebody might not be doing physical violence, but verbal derogatory words were used always against the daughter-in-law, the wife, in all households. So why there is so much the divorce rate is increasing? It is because for so many years we worked hard to sensitize girls that you need to assert yourself, you need to develop yourself. Whatever may be the reasons, all these girls, they came out of their house, Due to the advent of industrialization in the world, they uh, were wanted in the market. They were preferred as workers. They were preferred as executives. It is because they are very peace loving. So wherever there is more women, there is no disturbances in the industry. So that is why women were preferred in the um, in any industry. That is how. And women also came out because gradually families realize that a double engine family is good, better than a single engine family, because you will have a better economic status for the family. Okay, but over the years, because of all these efforts, now girls have become self-sufficient, self-reliant. Girls have become doing lots of work, working in the office as well as managing all household work inside the family also. There are few families where the mother is not doing any outside work. In all families, even if a mother is a homemaker, she is also managing the family in various ways. So when the women is becoming assertive that, see, I do not want such a life, I must liberate myself from all this violence, all this torture, and I am losing my mental health, then the family is broken. And there is, in such a family, you might find children who are having a split personality or socially deviant behavior. So time has come to make the society understand. That means the other half. Now it is very difficult to let the daughters understand that keep quiet. Now it is time to make the sons understand or boys understand that you need to feel proud of a wife who is educated, who is self-reliant, and who is assertive enough to solve your problems. So you need to respect the wife, because she is the key to your happiness in this world. So that is why today, Women's Day, is a very, very useful day to introspect what are we doing. So therefore, Women's Day is both for the men and for the women. Now, you will be surprised what type of humiliation we as women we are continuously experiencing. I'll tell you a story of the French Revolution. Right after the French Revolution, the socialist government, set up an education commission. And can you just imagine what would have been the recommendations of that education commission? The education commission said that girls should not be sent to the school. You must have home tutor to educate the girls. Why? Because educated girls will prove themselves as better wives and better mothers for the children, and they will enhance the prestige of the husband. So education is required for the girls for this purpose. Reading those recommendations, the great feminist, whom at that point of time in 18th century, the British society did not appreciate. Let me tell you the name, Mary Wollstonecraft. She was ahead of her time, and the way she was leading her life was not accepted by the Victorian Britishers, the conventional Britishers. They did not like her. They rejected her. And Mary Wollstonecraft got so angry with those recommendations that she wrote a book in 1792, A Vindication of Rights of Women. That means women are also having human rights, and one of the human rights is right to education. We will go little back in 1776, when the American Declaration of Independence was scripted. That is, there it was written, all men are equal. All have three inalienable rights, like the heart is an essential part of our body, so also the rights are also essential part of our existence. Right to life, right to liberty, and right to pursuit of happiness. Now, right to liberty means also political right, to be a part of the public sphere. Sir was talking about public sphere and private sphere, to be a part of the public sphere. Now, a country having so much progressiveness, a country which could free itself from the imperialistic domination of Britishers, and they had a very, very progressive vision of coming together and forming a country, because 13 small states came together and formed this great country, United States of America. These leaders, when they developed the Declaration of Independence, they wrote all men are equal. And you will be surprised by this, that the men, they wrote this and they meant also this. They excluded women from being a part of the public sphere, that is the political sphere. Women could gather strength only in 1848 to hold a convention and raise their voice. 1848. Here I would remind you one thing, that women were not alone. They were helped by some very, very progressive men. So if we want to achieve something in this world, only women, keeping them in silos, cannot develop. There will be no development. We must work together, march together, and achieve development. Then only development can be attained. In 1848, they expressed their voice, and nearly 100 years, nearly 100, something around in 1920, American women could get their right to vote. In 1908, 15,000 women in those days, 1908, 15,000 women marched towards in a rally for, all these women were working women, for demanding shorter hours of work, better pay, and voting rights. This is the strength we need to celebrate today. This is what we need to recollect today, remember again and again. If we start talking about the women leaders like Indira Gandhi, or the Chief Minister of Odisha, Mrs. Nandini Satpathy, or for that matter, the present President, Mrs. Draupadi Murmu, or any, for that matter, in Hillary Clinton, whatever, such women, they do not they are not considered as models for the women at the grassroots, because the women at the grassroots think that, oh, those people were born with silver spoon. We are not like that. There is hunger in our family. There is no money to educate our children. So how can we dream like them? But if we highlight the stories of many such women like Draupadi Murmu, who took so much pain to continue her education. No, she is a role model for all the girls in our country. It is not that she was made the president. You read her struggles in life. We need to celebrate these struggles. Because how, without losing heart, how she continued to find out ways to continue her education. That is important. How she decided to impart education in her city or town or village. That is important. We have today, after 1992, the government of the parliament decided to reserve 1/3 of the seats in the panchayats and municipalities, local bodies for women. Reserving 1/3 of the seats means that, let me make it very clear, the way, how do we interpret it? 100% seats are for women. If 33% seats are reserved for women, it means that 67% of seats are meant for men, from which women can also contest. So, when you are saying 33%, usually women understand that this is for us. Now, in Odisha, they consider adha adha, means 50% for men and 50% for women. No, wrong. 50% for men and 100% for women, because women can contest for from all the seats. We have examples of all women panchayats. We have also stories of such women who are role models, uneducated women. I'll tell you such a woman of, from Rajasthan, which is a very, very conservative society. Very conservative society, because today the law we have, prevention of sexual harassment at workplaces, we enacted the law in 2013, and the roots of this law lies with the struggles of a Rajasthani woman, Bhaumri Devi, who was a health worker in government of Rajasthan and was spreading, sensitizing people against in favor of maternal health and child marriage. When she prevented a child marriage in a very, very upper caste, wealthy family, and the male members of that family took it offensively and humiliated her, sexually assaulted her, and this case went to the court, and finally in 1999 the court considered it as a violation of human rights of women. A working woman was not allowed to work in a safe environment. Therefore, Supreme Court of India gave a verdict that is called Visakha Guidelines, that women must have safety and women must have dignity in the workplace. And in 1999, we had this Visakha Guideline. And the country, our parliamentarians, took 14 years to bring the law. It is because even if the country is progressing, even if we have the progressive law, but it is taking time to sensitize the people and to ignite their consciousness, ignite the divinity in them. So though the progress is a little bit slow, but it is steady. and the struggle is continuing. Salute to those women activists who continuously keep the ignition and who continuously fight for the dignity of women. Now, this lady, Chhabi Rajawat, a sarpanch who is not having much education, class 3, 4 like education, but she spread literacy, adult literacy also in her panchayat, and also brought those government schemes to the doorsteps of the people. She is considered as one of the best sarpanches of our country. Similarly, I will tell you about another such less educated women, Meena Bahan of Gujarat. She also did many such developmental work in her panchayat. And also I will give you one example of a girl, like the girls you are here. She is an investment banker. She is a MBA graduate, hails from a very, very conservative society and district, that is Ganjam. She was an investment banker, left her job with high salary and became a sarpanch, and she was instrumental in bringing public distribution system to her village. Now in her panchayat, no one is without the ration card, and there is discipline in the panchayat to get all benefits of the government. Now, even if the political parties are highly politicized, but naturally the political parties, the high commands, they would prefer such a leader who is interested to develop the area. The other day I met another such leader from Jharkhand, Dayamani Barla. You can Google and see her struggles and name. She is just having a tea shop, she and her husband, but giving leadership to all struggles in and trying to ensure dignity to women in the women's movement in Jharkhand. And these are the people we must try to remember them, and we must celebrate their struggles. That is very important to us. We are in the process of marching forward. The Sustainable Development Goal 3 for having a better maternal mortality ratio. The target is, 70 for 1 lakh live births. That means we need to reduce maternal mortality during delivering the child to 70 for 1 lakh. And you will be surprised to know at one point of time India was having 279. Today I was looking into 2023 data, it is 52. That means we have reached that goal, reached the target. But there is regional disparity. There is regional disparity. India is progressing, but we need to work upon this regional disparity. If you go to Nabarangpur, Malkangiri, there you find less female literacy. There you find more maternal mortality. Because the superstition is such that even women are sometimes they are surrendering before the quacks, not going to a doctor. The condition of the hospitals are such that doctors are not interested to join the government service, rather they prefer a private service. That was reflected in a movie which was which has been converted into different Indian languages, Daman, which was talking about the stories of a doctor in the underdeveloped areas of Odisha. So we need to work upon these regional disparities. We need to stand for each and every girl, each and every daughter, each and every mother, each and every woman in their struggle. Because if we, sir was telling, if we give them love and affection, if we extend our helping hand to them in their struggle, the world will be a holistic world. The world will be a better place to live in. We need to get rid of all the superstitions which will actually taking away our happiness. Government of Odisha is now working upon a project. A supplementary workbook is created for the social studies in addition to the social studies textbook, where we have worked upon how the children will be gender sensitive, how the children at the age of six when they are entering into the adolescent age, they will turn out as better human beings when they grow when young. I am actually a part of that project, developing the content of those books 6 to 10. If it comes out successfully, then it can be extended to other classes also. I'm very positive about it. Positive developments might not happen in the minds of the 10th class students. It will be implemented, it will be introduced from 2024. Government is in the process of printing them. So if at all this process continue, the child who is getting this input in 6th class, I'm sure will certainly develop into a new age human being. May it be a man or may it be a woman. Women will also develop, the girls will also develop some patience and will develop the tricks to deal with situations. And the boys will also develop the mentality to show respect to their counterparts, I mean to their sisters, daughters, and to their friends. If that happens, we are not doing any favor to our country, to our nation. We are only doing our fundamental, we are only performing our fundamental duty, because to show respect to women is there in our Constitution of India in Article 51A. So we need to understand the constitutional provisions. We need to understand the struggles of women. We need to recognize our limitations. What makes us irritated when the wife asserts her? What makes us irritated? Why can't we control our anger at that point of time and introspect what is wrong in the situation? Why can't we have a better world where there is happiness and happiness always, and well-being and well-being always? Thank you very much to the Regional Director, Regional Center Bhubaneswar, Professor Tripathi and Professor Panigrahi, for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts. Thank you very much that I could be with you all on this auspicious day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
It was a nice discussion. It was a very pleasant time hearing to you. It was a very panoptic discussion, starting from the adult suffragette to the Visakha judgment. So, as you rightly said, our women does not simply have a right to life and liberty with utmost dignity just because of the generosity of the patriarchal society or the patriarchal state, but but it must be because of the universally agreed upon entitlements which is due to them, and it is reflected in our sustainable development goals. And we must translate into action whatever we are preaching. So thank you so much for that, ma'am. It was really a panoptic discussion. And how do we go from here? For that, I invite my participants to lead the discussion from the front. But I'm very sorry to say that, as Swami Vivekananda rightly said, it's a sin to preach religion to the starving masses. Now we are inching towards our launch, so we have less of time with us. So next 7 to 10 minutes we can go for discussion. That is why there is paucity of time, and that is my limitation as well. So I request all the participants to kindly very brief and very objective in their questions, queries, if any, to ma'am or any of us. So with these floor rules, I request everybody to lead the discussion from the front. Thank you.
There are 4 or 5 people who have raised hands. So can you ask one by one?
Runi Sachi, please go ahead. Runi Sachi, do you want to say something? So this will be the queue. Runi Sati followed by Sasmita Mahanta, followed by Aditya Naik, Dina Bidika, Gangadhar Sethi. So we have very less time at hand because I think all of you are hungry as well, including me. So next 10 minutes at least we can devote for discussion. So Runi Sethi, if you have any query, please go ahead.
No, actually, since the beginning, say by mistake they have raised their hand.
Yeah, it may be so, ma'am. You are right. Sasmita, are you there? You want to say something?
No.
Anybody else? It is open now. Anybody else? Any of you, please?
Hello,
Yeah, please tell your name.
sir. Good afternoon, sir. This is Gangadhar Sethi.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you so much, sir, and respected ma'am and sir. Thank you so much. Being a employee, I was, I was totally unknown about this program, and recently today I got the message, and thanks for the social media, and I connected with this. Ma'am, I have some doubt that you just mentioned that in French Revolutionary there was no any opportunity to uh, uh, get education for the ladies. But ma'am,
Yes.
in our Indian ancient history, like Satyajug and like Puranic age, like Draupadi and there are many ladies or the goddesses, those who were well educated, and they have been mastered in many kind of uh, Purans, and they get the divine knowledge. So my question is, being a Indian, our culture is so great that in past our education system allow to take the part and to become a mastery, but in France and other foreigner country they were not allowed it. So is not necessary that we should follow our own culture and society to enhance the women education and make them to empower for their future.
Yes, you are very true. You are. We are following our culture, and we are also showing respect to our daughters and allowing them to have education. But you talked about many girls had education. You will, if you, if you know, if you go through history, you will find that the analytical part which the historians are writing, that education was available only to the girls of the noble families, not to the commoners. That the, about which Fakirmohan Senapati, the great writer of Odia language, he wrote in the short story Rebati. And Rebati had, the short story has been translated, many Indian languages as well as international languages. That how girls were, educating the girls were considered as a, as a, will, it was thought that educating the girls will bring misfortune to the family. So while considering about all these good things, we have a very hierarchical graded society. Did all women, did all the girls get the chance to have education, to have access to education, which we are having now?
No,
Did
no,
it
no, no,
happen
ma'am. It
previously?
was in last, it means it was a drop down method, ma'am. Nah,
I
drop
just
down.
one time we were have sitting together, our friends. I was a student of Ravensa Girls School, Katak. Okay,
Hmm.
we were wondering how is it that, one day we were just introspecting. How is it that there is no scheduled caste and scheduled tribe among our friends? We were in that at that point of time. I'm talking about late 1960s and early 1970s. Probably the girls from the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe families were not coming for education to the urban areas. Probably even in the urban area, they were not their families were not considering it important to give them education. How is it that we were not conscious of this fact, which the present children are conscious? These people are SC, these people are ST. We were not conscious of that fact. We never knew that such a category exists when we were in schools. So we analyzed, probably the education system was not highlighting this hierarchy. Probably this category of girls, I was in a girls' school, so this category of girls were not having access to education. How it happened? Ramara got a border large group. We have a very large group, and in that large group, we do not have any scheduled caste, scheduled tribe friends.
Mhm.
Friends. So we were actually introspecting how it happened. So probably in 1960s, very few girls from such marginalized communities were having access to education.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, another I have doubt, ma'am. Actually, I joined in late. There are some classes; those are already completed. But being a IGNO student, I just need some help. If you have anyone, if you have any group of WhatsApp or any kind of, it will be help me to
Gangadhar, let me interrupt. Let me clarify that this is a webinar. Ma'am is not the appropriate authority to address your issues. So we can meet for that on another day. This is
Okay, sorry, sorry,
altogether
sir, sorry.
this is altogether a webinar, and this cannot be addressed at this forum. Thank you so much. Thank you
Extremely
all
sorry,
the
sir.
participants.
Thank you.
And now I am sure you all are angry with me. So I want to allow you to much more angry with me, because
Sir,
the
can I
more
say
hungry
something?
you will be, the more anger will be there. So let us stop the discussion here. Let us stop the discussion here. So because we have to go for lunch, and we all are hungry. Thank you.
Sir, can I
So-
take few minutes? Excuse me,
Now
sir.
it's time to go for the formal vote of thanks, and there can be a better person than the architect of this program, Dr. S.K. Panigrahi.
Vimal sir, there is a last question to take. One girl want to ask something.
Sir, this is Sonali Mukherjee. I wanted to ask something to ma'am. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, please be brief.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this chance. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful session today we had. Ma'am, I had a doubt that what policy measures could be taken for
You are
low
not
economic-
audible, Sonali. You are not audible.
You are not audible, Sonali.
Ma'am, is that clear now?
No, you are not audible.
We are not able to hear you, Sonali.
Yes, sir, I'm trying my best. Is that
No,
audible
you
now?
can. If you want and if you have any question, please write down in the chat box. I will see and can answer your question.
Ma'am,
Please
the
write in
chat
the
box
on
is
the-
not available.
Oh, not available.
Please write in the chat box and please be brief.
Ma'am, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Ma'am, I had the question about what policy measures could be taken for low economic women to empower them, and on what fields government should invest, as this the theme of UN this year.
I will just focus on our state. Government of India, the union government is also doing that. We have a department, Mission Shakti, and the aim and objective of that department is to empower women economically. And who are these women? The department is capitalizing on the existing skills of women. Now, women can make different types of sweets, women can make different types of snacks, women can make a different type of dresses, handicraft, and all these things. And government is capitalizing, the department of Mission Shakti is capitalizing on that, and investing, this is where the word investment comes, investing crores and crores of rupees to empower women in self-help groups. Now, this an initiative is teaching women how can they develop their network and become stronger by joining hands. So now women can market their product, can produce, can take loan from the bank, can market their product. So this initiative has taught women to become financially literate and economically empowered. So please go to the website of the Department of Mission Shakti. You will get many cues how economic empowerment of women is happening, particularly in Odisha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now may I request my colleague Dr. S.K. Panigrahi, Deputy Director, to kindly offer the vote of thanks for today's program.
Thank you very much, sir. It's really time for lunch and everybody is hungry, including myself also. So thank you very much to all of you. So I must extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Swarnamay Tripathi. I'm extremely grateful to ma'am because in very short notice, so within a day, I requested her and she said yes. So on behalf of Regional Center Bhubaneswar, so on behalf of my Senior Regional Director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi, we extend our heartful thanks to you, ma'am, and you presented in such a nice way. And I think everybody should enjoy with ma'am's talk because ma'am is so sweet and humble, and whenever needs any kind of support, ma'am never said no. Out of her busy schedule, all the times she is supporting Regional Center Bhubaneswar, and because of that, once again I extend my heartfelt thanks to Professor Tripathi for his cordial approach to Regional Center Bhubaneswar. Thank you, ma'am. And also I extend my heartfelt thanks our director because he always inspires us to conduct this kind of innovative kind of programs so it can help to our students because our students get exposed because might be there are distances to the student, but we are always trying to do something different for our students so that our student never will fill. So they are a distance education students. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to our director, Dr. S.K. Tripathi. And also I extend my thanks to Dr. B.C. Nanda. He's always very happy, enthusiastic person to conduct all kind of programs. I mean, to conduct this kind of program, the brainchild behind Dr. B.C. Nanda. So I extend my thanks to Dr. Nanda. And also, I extend my thanks to Dr. P.K. Zena. He's all the time inspiring all of us, all staff members, do something new kind of innovative kind of things. So I extend my thanks to P.K. Zena also. And I extend all my staff members to whenever we need any kind of support. So they extend their support to us. So I thanks to all of us. Last not but least, I must thanks to our learners. Without you, this program cannot be success. So whenever we conduct any kind of webinar or any kind of program, our students comes in huge number. So definitely because of you only, Regional Center Bhubaneswar is doing extremely good. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the learners who participated today and make our program success. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Over to Nanda, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I can leave the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Again
yes.
to meet you soon.
Again, I will join you all at 5:30.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.